Hey, this is Sharmon Wichman with RE/MAX Real Estate Partners, here with some tips for Hurricane Preparedness Week. Living in the South, we definitely need to be prepared for hurricanes. I know I lived through Hurricane Katrina, so as not to be caught off guard, I wanted to go over a few tips on how to prepare for a hurricane. My first tip is to plan your evacuation route. If there's a really large storm headed this way, I would suggest evacuating. Sometimes there are mandatory evacuations, so you need to know the quickest route to get you out. If you do decide to stay, make sure and have a hurricane kit. In this kit includes several things such as 3 or 4 days worth of non-perishable foods. Make sure you have plenty of water. If you're on certain medications, make sure that you have enough medications to last you for a week or two. Add some flashlights and batteries or matches and candles, just in case the power goes out, which it probably will. Also, be sure to gas up all of your vehicles. Sometimes the gas pumps don't work, so you need to make sure you've got gas in your cars. It's always good to have cash on hand as well. I remember after Hurricane Katrina having to go buy supplies at Sam's, everybody was lined up and you pretty much had to have cash because none of the credit card machines were working. Do you have pets? Make sure you have plenty of food for them. Another great tip that I heard was to keep all of your important documents in a Ziploc bag so that they're waterproof just in case you have water damage in your house. It's also a good idea to have a NOAA weather radio, or make sure you have the FEMA app downloaded on your cell phone. Also, when it comes to cell phones, make sure you have a way to charge them. One of the best things we did before Hurricane Katrina was we went out and bought a generator. The generator is great because you have ways of keeping your refrigerator plugged up. You can plug in one of those little eyes that, I know we had one, in college that we weren't supposed to have, but we made grilled cheese sandwiches. So you can plug that into the generator. You can charge your phones. You can also plug in your TV if your cable's still working. Another great tip is to create a home inventory. Now, I did this before Katrina, and what I did was I took my cell phone, I just videoed around my house because there are things that you're not going to be able to think of if you do have to file an insurance claim. So having a video, you can go back and look and you know exactly what you've lost if you do have a loss. And speaking of insurance losses, you may want to go ahead and look over your insurance policies, see if you need to add any insurance. Have you built a structure? Do you need to add that to it? Do you have any valuables like furs or jewelry or anything like that that you might need to add to it? It's a good idea just to sit down and kind of look over that policy and see if you need to make any changes. So once you get all these things together and you're prepared, it's time to, as we say in the South, batten down the hatches. You'll need to go outside, make sure that you don't have any loose items that could become projectiles. If you have a pool, you might want to put your layout chairs in the pool, drain the pool a little bit, cover that up so that those don't blow away. If you have a trampoline, make sure and flip the trampoline over because it will blow away. I suggest just walking around and just kind of shoring everything up and making sure everything's okay and ready for the wind. And lastly, help your neighbors. If you have an elderly neighbor or someone that just can't do for themselves, go over and give them a helping hand. If you personally can't give them a helping hand, there are lots of churches and organizations that can. If you know of someone and you don't know who to call, give me a call. I'll be glad to help. I hope these tips will help with your hurricane preparedness kit. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm never too busy to help. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and click the button, subscribe, and have fun watching my crazy videos. Now that you're prepared, let's all hope Jim Cantori stays away, because we know what happens when he's around. I hope these tips will help. Blah, 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 whatever. One of the smartest things we did before Hurricane Katrina was to buy, what do you call one of those? I remember after Hurricane Katrina, you definitely, I need to quit using the word definitely. Thanks for watching and stay safe.